Welcome back to the session. In the previous sessions, we have studied sources of energy, basic concepts of thermodynamics, and steam. These are coming under Module 1. And already in steam, we have covered the theoretical part, that is formation of steam and the properties of steam. Now, in this session, we will solve some problems on steam. So, before solving the problems on steam, we must know the use of steam tables because the data required to solve the problems is to be taken from the steam tables. There are the two tables which are given in this presentation. These steam tables, these are authored by the different persons, and the data, it may slightly vary in fractions from author to author. Okay, so the first one here, this steam table, it is based on saturation pressure. So here, if you see on the extreme left column, so saturation pressure P in terms of bar for the different pressures starting from 0.8, then 1.013, that is atmospheric pressure. So from that onwards up to 221.3 bar, the pressures, the various the terms which are the data which is shown in this table. So for that pressure, in the next column, the corresponding saturation temperature Ts in degrees Celsius, it is given. Say for 0.8 bar pressure, the saturation temperature is 93.5 degrees Celsius. And in the next columns, the specific volume for the different the pressure and saturation temperature, what is the specific volume. So the specific volume for saturated water, Vf, and specific volume for saturated vapor, Vg. So these values are also given for the different pressures. And the specific enthalpy in terms of kilojoules per kg for the different pressures, the specific enthalpy for the saturated water, that is HF, and latent heat of vaporization, that is HFG. These values are also given for the various the pressures. So these are forming a table for the different pressure, saturation pressures, what is the saturation temperature and what is the specific volume and what is the specific enthalpy. See these are given in this table. So we have to refer this table and we can take the data from this table to solve the problems. Say for example, if the pressure of the steam, if it is say 20 bar, so for the 20 bar saturation pressure, the corresponding saturation temperature, it is 212.34. 212.34 is the saturation temperature. And similarly, in the next column, we will get what is the specific volume and what is the specific enthalpy. So for saturated water and saturated vapor, so these are given for the specific volume, and saturated water and for the latent heat of evaporation for specific enthalpy. So these things are given in this table. And there is one more table. So it is looks somewhat similar, but see this the steam table. It is based on saturation temperature. So earlier one was based on saturation pressure, and this one is based on saturation temperature. See on the extreme left column, this TS is saturation temperature. So starting from 14, it is given for the various saturation temperatures up to 374.15 degrees Celsius. And so for this saturation temperature, the corresponding the pressure is given in the next column. Say for example, for 20 degrees Celsius saturation temperature, the pressure is 0.02337, and in the similarly next columns the specific volume and the specific enthalpy. So these are given. So we can use these data to solve the problems. Okay. So next, it is once again it is mentioned here the temperature enthalpy diagram. So this is also shown here in order to understand what is the condition of the steam. So based upon whether it is a wet steam or whether it is a dry saturated steam or whether it is a superheated steam. So from B to C, if the steam condition is anything between the point B and C, that is a wet steam, and when it reaches point C, that is a dry saturated steam, and above that, if the steam condition is between C to D or up to D, so that steam is superheated steam. So now we'll take the first problem. Find the enthalpy of 1 kg of steam at 12 bar. So that means the pressure of steam is 12 bar when steam is dry saturated, and B when the steam is 22% wet, and C when the steam is superheated to 250 degrees Celsius. So we need to find the enthalpy. Okay, we need to find the enthalpy under all these conditions, 3 conditions. So we have one more. The thing is given. Assume the specific heat of the superheated steam as 2.25 kilojoules per kg. So here the solution is given in this slide. So based on the problem, the steam pressure is 12 bar. Okay, what are the required data to solve these problems are to be taken from the steam table. So from steam tables at 12 bar, we just get these values. T saturation is 188 degrees Celsius. HF is 798.43 kilojoules per kg, and HFG is 1984.3 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so these are somewhat the data which is given in this table. Somewhat the fractions may slightly vary. The fractions may slightly vary what you have taken in the problem. So for 12 bar, see what is the next column. Saturation temperature, it is 187.92. In our problem we have taken 188. Similarly, for the enthalpy we need HF and HFG. For 12 bar, it is the HF is 798.1. HF is 798.1 for 12 bar, and HFG is 1984.5. So like this we have to take the values from the steam table. So for 12 bar, what is saturation temperature? Tsat or Ts or Tsat, that saturation temperature is taken. Then enthalpy, HF and HFG, both are taken from this table. And so first case, you can see the above, the problem is once again mentioned here. When steam is dry saturated, when the steam is dry saturated means, from this figure, dry saturated means when it is at the point C. When it is at the point C, saturated, it is under a saturation temperature, saturated, and it is dry. Dry means completely, there is no liquid phase in that. All the steam, all the water, just it is converted into steam. So it is at point C. So the enthalpy is given by nothing but Hg. Hg is given by HF plus HFG. HF plus HFG. So that is the total enthalpy. If you know HF and HFG, we have already taken these from steam table. So if you sum this, it will be enthalpy of dry saturated steam. So the same thing it is mentioned here. Enthalpy of dry saturated steam, Hg, is given by HF plus HFG. So summing this, we get 2782.73 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so here the from the steam table and the values taken here, there are some fraction, variation of some fraction. Okay. Then for the second one, enthalpy of wet steam, that is when the steam is 22% wet. That means when it is 22% wet, that means it will be 78% dry. So therefore the dryness fraction from this we get it is 0.78. So the enthalpy at this condition, you just you can take this as H suffix x, Hx, that is again it is given by HF plus x into HFG. So this is for enthalpy of the wet steam. Enthalpy of the wet steam is given by HF plus x into HFG. So if you under the same pressure, we have taken already the HF and HFG here, and x is 0.78. If you substitute this HF and x and HFG, we get 2346.18 kilojoules per kg. This is the enthalpy of dry saturated steam. Sorry, enthalpy of the wet steam. So dry steam 2782 and wet steam it is 2346. That means wet steam still there is a liquid, so that's why its enthalpy is less. When it is dry saturated, its enthalpy is more. That means the heat content is more. Then further, if after dry saturated, when the steam is superheated, so what is the enthalpy? That means C, enthalpy of superheated steam. It is given by HF plus HFG plus Cp into T superheat minus T saturation. So Cp, it is given 2.25 in the problem. Assume it is given. Superheat temperature means when the steam is superheated, superheated to 250 degrees Celsius. Okay, specific heat Cp of the steam is 2.25. It is given 2.25 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. So if you substitute these things, we get 2922.23 HF HFG. So for the same 12 bar, the same data, substituting Cp 2.25 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, T superheat is 250 degrees Celsius minus saturation temperature, so 188 in this case we have taken. So this will be higher. The enthalpy of superheated steam, if you see, it is 2922. It is higher than the wet steam as well as dry saturated steam. That means as the steam is superheated, its enthalpy, heat content will be higher. That means its energy content will be higher. So it can do more work. it can produce more work. Okay.